Wynn. Welcome to Tales from the Thrift. Hi, I'm Mike Wynn, and this Tales from the Thrift is all about eBay. Alright, well this is where we take our pictures. We've got the infinity wall here, and then we've got the mannequin and the we got the whiteboard on the door for clothing. We don't do a lot of clothing, but we do sometimes do some clothing. Underneath there's some storage. We used to keep shipping stuff under there, mostly tape, cleaning supplies, stuff like that now. Old printer's the last thing we listed today. Old printers sell pretty decent sometimes. You gotta have the right one. But this is kind of where we do our photos. The lights came from an auction. It came from a surplus auction, and a friend of mine bought them on a pallet. And he wanted some other stuff off the pallet, and he just gave me the lights. So I've actually got a whole bunch of those lights on eBay. And they're pretty bright, really. They do a pretty decent job. Now, let me go show you where I keep my inventory. Okay, this is in the back of my shop. And this is everything over here is listed. This middle pile is what a lot of resellers call a death pile. I like to think of it as a potential profit pile. Then everything in the laterals are listed, and everything on top of the laterals are listed. And then if you come over this way, this is my workshop. More potential profit. Lots of potential profit. As you can tell, I recently went to an auction, so you got usually this much stuff back here. But right now there is, so I need a bigger shop. 20,000 square feet is not enough. And there is a forklift under that pile. This is supposed to be my work area, not store area. Now, not all this is going to be on eBay. A lot of this will go in my thrift store or Facebook. Okay, this is the third floor. This is where most of our inventory is at. You can see we've got shelves just lined with stuff. And we keep all of our shipping supplies up here as well. All of our clothing in tubs. Alright, up here in this corner is where all the shipping kind of takes place. So we got shelves of bubble wrap and peanuts and flat rate boxes and postal boxes and flat rate envelopes and bubble envelopes, and you name it, we've got it. Tons and tons of eBay tape. We've got a scale up here, a laptop up here, and another label printer up here. We actually have 3 of these label printers I picked up at a surplus auction for $5 for all 3 of them, and they're all wireless. They're really awesome. And then if you come over this way, bunch of empty boxes. And there's a room back there, that doorway, with big empty boxes. Lots of styrofoam. I get a lot of my shipping supplies from friends of mine. I got friends who just order a bunch of stuff off the internet, and they bring me their boxes and their bubble wrap and stuff. Then there's got a couple of business owners who save me stuff from when they order stuff. I get their bubble wrap and their boxes. And I've got some other people who just bring me stuff, boxes, customers that bring me boxes and sacks from my store and stuff like that there. So all you gotta do is ask people, and they will definitely save stuff for you like that and reuse them. If you have a place to store them, it's good. If you don't, you might have to break them down, and don't let them get wet because they'll start to stink. But other than that, I mean, I store up as many as I can because I go through a ton of boxes and bubble wrap. I'm actually really low right now on everything. So hopefully my friends bring me some stuff soon. So the biggest profit I ever made off of any one deal I've done, not counting cars and trucks and stuff, hot rods I've sold, because I've sold a bunch of cars and trucks for quite a bit of money. But just an item from an auction. I went to a casino surplus auction, and that's where I got my label printers at for $5 for all three of them, which is not the biggest profit I ever made, considering I kept all three of them. But they had some bingo machines, and I thought, well, they're kind of cool. They had a camera and a computer and a touchscreen monitor. I figured I could piece those parts out and make some money. So I bought them, not knowing that they were 400 pounds a piece. I bought them both for $35 for the pair, and didn't think I was going to get them loaded. Luckily, they had a forklift at the auction, and they loaded them for me. And I have a forklift here at my shop, so I could unload them. But I finally, they sat back here forever, and I was like, I need to get these things sold. So I looked them up on eBay and knew they were $25,000 each. Now, I knew I wasn't going to get anywhere near that because I wasn't going to try. I wasn't going to try to hold on to them that long. There's a small market for bingo machines, apparently. And so I listed them. I listed one of them on eBay for, I think, $6,000, or best offer. And someone offered me $3 grand for it. And so I said, sure, I'll take that. And I emailed him, and I was like, hey, I have a second one if you're interested. And he's like, sure, if I can have it for the same price. So I was like, absolutely. You know, so $6,000 on a $35 item. And he came and picked them up, so there was no shipping involved. I just had to take a forklift, load them on his trailer, and he was happy. He was way happy with them. I was amazed. But that's probably the biggest profit I've ever made, I think, that I can remember at the moment, with the least amount of effort. Now, if you're interested in my hot rods and my car building and all that stuff, I mean, I have a pretty decent sized shop, but right now I've got 1, 2, 3 cars, a motorcycle, and a rolling chassis sitting back here. And I've got 2 classic cars sitting out front and several others scattered around town at my friends' houses because I don't have enough garage room to keep them here. So that needs to change soon. But I'll do a video later with about my cars, my hot rods, my builds. So after we list it, take pictures of it, we bring it up here, throw it on a shelf. We did have an inventory system, and it kind of didn't really work. But we got things spread out now where you can see it a little bit better. We package it up here, usually print the label up here. We have a label printer downstairs in case we sell something downstairs that's really heavy that we don't want to carry up. And it ships from there. A lot of the stuff I source comes from auctions, or people bring stuff into my thrift store to sell me all the time, every day, tons of stuff. Most of it was usually pretty decent stuff and good price. I used to do storage shed auctions. I don't really care for those too much. I prefer to cherry pick my stuff I buy. I do like the surplus auctions and the farm auctions. Those are the best. Goodwill bin store is a fun place to go and spend money. I don't really make much money there, but I spend a lot of money there, and it's kind of a fun hunt. Never know what you're gonna find. I do at the thrift stores. I usually do pretty decent just hitting thrift stores. Around here we only have like 3, so I have to go out of town and do thrift stores. But we have a lot of auctions here, a lot of farm auctions with really good stuff. And so that's where most of my sourcing comes from. Hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to like and subscribe, and there'll be more to come.